AM 860 and FM 95.1 KWPC. I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for joining us here in the studio this morning. Really appreciate you stopping by. I want to remind everyone moving forward, brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. Say hello to Mockling Phone, your new local phone company. Fiber customers get it now. Switching is easy, and you can keep your old number. Learn more at fbw.org. Once again, I'm Jordan Davis, and I'm joined in the studio this morning for some folks from the 8th Annual Jessica Peine Memorial Ride and Music Festival. First off, Matt Peine, Brian Neipert, and Pastor Sharon Phillips. How are you guys this morning?
We're doing well, thank you.
We're really excited to have you in the studio this morning, and we're excited to promote your event that's coming up. I know that this is probably a pretty emotional ride for you and a big deal for you to be able to help put this on. So can you tell us a little bit about the event itself? Why you do it?
Why I do it? Jessica passed away back in 1998, December 15th. We donated her Christmas presents that year to Sharon, and a few years ago, I got back into riding. I raised my kids, got them out of the house, and finally had some time on my hands to where I could do something for us. And as we got to riding, we thought, we saw all the other events that were going on around for charity and stuff like that, and we thought a good way for us to make something for the closet and help raise some funds was to start the memorial ride. So it started 8 years ago with 4 bands. I made some new friends along the way. I never knew these guys before I started this. Asked them to come down and play, and we started small, but it's grown bigger and bigger and bigger every year.
That's incredible. Yeah. So the first year, what did it look like? Was it how many
we
folks
had
involved?
We had like 30 bands. We had
Remember
like
the headbands?
we had 30 bikes showed up maybe. We were so poor that not poor, but just didn't have no money behind it, that we put a semi-trailer down, and the Love Dogs go, well, we play on a hay stage all the time. We're like, hay stage. So we threw hay bales down and put plywood on top of it. And by goodness, it worked as a stage for the first year.
That's awesome.
And then the following year, we decided we weren't going to pay bands that year. The next year, everything was going to go. If they wanted to play, they could donate their time.
Wow.
And then the next year we did 6 bands. I think the following year we did 8, and then we did 12, and then we did two nights last year. And this year I just finally went, and we're going back to one night, because it just wore me out. I mean, last year I did Friday night at the Brew. I did a ride all day Saturday. Then I went on, back again to the Brew for another. We had 12 bands last year, and I just wiped out by the time the weekend was over.
Imagine.
So, I'm getting older in age, and I thought, we're just going to cut back to 6 bands this year and do one night. Keep everything on one day.
That's
so,
great. Hey, 6 bands, that keeps it competitive, right? They're like, we want to be the ones that get into play, right?
Yeah, and these guys play, and they play loud, and it's always a good show. We got a blues to start, to start off the night. A blues band coming out of Atoma. I mean, they're driving 100 miles on their own dime.
Wow.
To get up here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
that's great.
It was the first time somebody contacted me to play.
Gotcha.
Through the website.
So they'd heard about it?
They'd heard through the grapevine somewhere, and they wanted to play. So they were one of the first ones to sign on this year, and I'm like, sure. I'm from Atoma, so I'm like, yeah, why not come up and play? And then, just always we have the solid guys like Seven Shy and Facing Time that'll be there, but we also have, Toxic Blonde and Hong Kong Sleeper are new this year. So 3 of the bands of the 6 are new. So that our new music coming in. So it's, it's the way it is. It's wonderful what they do. I mean, I'm just the guy that kind of sets it in motion, and then these guys take off that night, and I just get to sit back at like a killer concert for, for the night. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the ride. So where do you guys go? You start out at Riverside Park.
Yep. Well, 10:30. We'll leave Riverside Park 10:30. Registration open at 9:30. At 10:15, we'll do a bike blessing with the CMA group, the Pearl City Disciples. Will bless the bikes. We'll do a group picture, and then we'll head up from there. We'll head to Judy's Bar Gin in Buffalo, make a stop, head over to Ducky's Lagoon, make another stop, and then we'll get back to the Brew. It's not a poker run. I mean, a lot of bikers see charities. They're used to rides that used to stop 5-6 bars at a time, and that's just not us. We just don't do it. We try and make it more about the ride, more about being able to sit back at your stops, relax a little bit of time. And
Gotcha.
Not
You're not on the road that entire time.
Yeah,
You get to sit down and hang out for a
yeah,
little
exactly.
bit.
And, we have a huge music festival at the end of ours, too. So, we're not out on the road till 7 o'clock at night like most poker runs and stuff like that. we're going to come back. We're going to rock hard for, once when we get
Several
back to
hours,
the
right?
Yeah, several hours.
I think I read 4:45 until like what, 1 o'clock?
Yeah, 1 o'clock in the morning, 4:45 to 1 in the morning.
That is a lot of rock and roll right
Yeah,
there.
it is. It is. It really is. So we'll have a good time with it, and we always do. We have a great crowd. The brew treats us well down there, So we'll have a lot of fun. We're actually giving away a acoustic guitar donated by Mike Ritchie and Ritchie Lights and Sound. Has donated an acoustic guitar this year for us to give away at the music festival. So we have a bike show down there. We'll have all kinds of stuff going on down there. So yeah, it's that we try and mix the ride with the music and the music with the ride. And we used to do music on the stops. We are not going to have this year. We're just going to kind of chill out a little bit.
Gotcha.
Let people have fellowship, talk. I have friends that come in from all over the country, so those are the little bit of times that I get to speak to them. You know what I'm saying, during the ride. Yeah. So I just want things to chill out, an hour or two at every stop, and just enjoy it. We'll wander around the back country, take our time getting there. We're not going to fly up 22 to get to Buffalo. We're going to take our time getting there. But
it's beautiful countryside on your way to Buffalo too.
Yeah,
I've been out there a couple times.
The road's getting better. I mean, at least 22, they're getting better a little bit. It's not great, but it's getting better. Last year it was horrible, so at least the road's getting better.
Yeah, I'm sure if a bad road can spell a little bit more trouble for bikers than it can for just folks in their car.
I mean, the cars, you got shock absorbers. A lot of guys, the shock absorbers your rear end. So I mean that's put it blunt, but it's easy way to say it. So yeah, that stretch between Mount Buffalo and Mount Pillier was horrible there for a long time. So I mean, it's tar snakes and everything else is what we call them. And I mean, it's just, but at least it's getting better.
That's good. Yeah. You want a smooth ride, right?
Definitely, yes. But we definitely don't have the worst roads. I tell you about a lot worse than this. So I've been around the country quite a bit.
Awesome. And another thing, I did read this on the website. Have you guys had to contend with bugs a lot? So I saw something about a bullseye.
The bug assassin.
Bug assassin.
Yeah, we have trophies for the bug assassin, and what it is you donate $5, we'll give you a little sticker, and you can put that anywhere on your bike, on your car. The ride's open to cars as well. It's not just for motorcycles. It's open to people in cars. But you can put it anywhere. You want to put it on your helmet. You want to put. I sometimes put it on the middle of my glasses because I'm more apt to catch a bug there than any other place.
Is it itty bitty? Is it about?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's just like a small price tag you'd see at a little garage sale. It's not real small, but the person that gets the closest to a bullseye with a bug on that sticker gets a trophy. We call him the bug assassin. Yeah. So we also trophy out the first 3 places on the bike show.
Oh, okay.
First, second, and third.
Okay.
So we'll have trophies for them. Some from the take home.
Any idea? Any ballpark? How many bikes you expect to see?
We normally run about 70 bikes, 70, 80. We've been up to 90 before, but it was a long time ago. And there's so many things going on. There's another run going on that day here in Muscatine. So it's not about the numbers to me. It's about, I know I have people come from Kansas City to ride this ride. I know I have people come from Ohio to ride this ride. I know I have people come from Western Iowa to ride this ride. So for me, it's not the numbers. It's actually the bigger the group, the harder it is to move, if you understand that. I mean, as far as getting out of a stop and getting back on the road with, 100 bikes or, people getting separated and stuff like that. So for me, a smaller group's better. For me, type deal. And it's like I say, it's more about our friendship and fellowship. Old. I am getting old, dude. Really old, really, really old. I used to worry about it all. I want to rule the world. I want it as big as I can be. But no, I've really, last couple of years, I'm getting old. I agree with that.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, quality over quantity for sure.
Yeah. Well, this sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's switch gears just a little bit. Let's head over to Brian. Brian, tell what is your role with the ride?
Well, this will be my 8th year participating in the music festival. My main band, Seven Shy, this will be our 8th performance there. We were one of the original, there were 4 bands?
4 bands.
4 bands, and we were luckily right before the hay stage, so we got our gear out of the way before all the hay bales came flying out. Basically we've done quite a few things over the years in just friendship with the group in Pearl City Life Riders, with various just charity fundraising events or whatever, but it's mainly been through music. I met Matt and Tanya from playing in bands and them saying, hey, you know, we're throwing a little shindig and would you like to participate? And we didn't seem to have a problem with it and still don't to this day. So they even gave us a nice little plaque last year that we keep in our practice room.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, basically I'm just, well, everybody should be back at the brew around 4 o'clock or so. And then I think it's around 4:45 the bands start. And that's that blues band from Ottumwa, the John Paul Jones group. I've seen a couple videos on YouTube just looking them up or whatnot, and kind of looking forward to seeing them anyway. One of my new bands that I play the drums in, Facing Times, after that, and then Seven Shy after that. So there is a bit of a build up in the lineup, and then.
So you're playing in 2 of the bands?
Yeah. You don't have to tear down. That's a good part. He has to play twice, so you don't have to tear his kit down.
That's awesome.
I mean, maybe, you know, I had some pull with the arrangement of the lineup, so that way that had to take place. But Seven Shy will play third anyway, and then Becky Anson and First Impression, who are members of the Life Riders, will play, and you won't want to miss that. And then Toxic Blonde after that, they have a female lead singer as well. And Mark Wagler, a local musician, guitar player, has been in music his whole life, even works at West Music, or did for as long as I could remember. And so they're a very excellent band. And then Hong Kong Sleepovers coming from Monmouth, Illinois. And this will be their second or third time over here, I think.
First. Well, they've been in town. Playing Great River Days, but they've never played for us.
Okay,
so their first time.
So they'll close the show. So it's a steady build up. It won't be a boring night. Let's put it that way.
Excellent. Well, I'm really looking forward to hearing that. I live down there just by the brew, so I'm gonna be.
Man,
if I'm not there, I'll hear it.
You'll hear it. Yeah, you'll hear it. For sure.
Excellent. So
but for a $5 entry fee, you might as well just come on.
Yeah. Why the heck not?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That should be great. So, Brian, thanks for sharing what it is that you do. And so you've gotten to be a part of this almost since you said year one. You were there. You were one of the first few bands that actually perform. Well, that's awesome that you've been. Yeah. You've been back every year.
Yeah, we haven't offended anybody enough for them not to invite us back. So
they're the only band that's ever played every year.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we've had bands that's come in, done a stretch, and then come back, and then, but they're the only band that's ever played every show.
Well, that's really cool that you guys have stuck through with it every single year. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, you want to switch gears one more time? We'll head on over to Pastor Sharon Phillips. How are you this morning, Pastor? Sorry, we got to do a little shuffling.
Really my seat's stuck.
What can you tell us? What's your role? What do you do with the ride?
Well, when we met the Pineys because Jessica Peine had passed away at 5 years old and was hit by a car on 8th Street Hill going home from school. And it was hard on everyone in the community. It touched our hearts, and that was December 15th, 1998. And we had a prayer vigil, and it was December 24th. And there were so many people showed up right there on 8th Street Hill. And afterwards, Tanya, his wife, had said to me, would you come out to the garage? I want you to go ahead and take Jessica's presents. I can't handle it. So I took her gifts and took them to the outreach. And lo and behold, that night, even in the night when I was taking them in, a lady had called me and told me she had no gifts for her children.
Wow.
I took all the gifts. I gave her all the gifts. Plus, we turned around and we had a tree downstairs, and she just cried, and it sparked something in my heart. And it was like, what if this could be a legacy out of a little girl, even though it's pain for them, but it could bring forth a gift of love, and Jessica has. And this has gone on now for 20 years. And we don't operate with money. Everything is free. The people in the community just say, we want you to give this away free. We don't want it charged for. And that's what we've done. I don't know, by the grace of God, we've made it. And what Matt does and what Brian does has helped us keep it going. Mississippi Brew has been a blessing to us. Even during Christmas time, they have donated money for us to give to children and get them nice gifts that are underprivileged. And every year it gets bigger and bigger. Jessica's Closet is, boy, it's like a 7-Eleven. I mean, people are in and out all the time.
Wow.
And we're known in Davenport and Burlington and so many areas that come down. And when they get an outfit or a nice outfit, or even a child can come in off the streets, and that's what I was telling Matt. I said, when we was at 401 Mulberry, what touched my heart was the kids were coming in and they were telling me that kids made fun of them because they didn't have a nice outfit for school, they didn't have shoes, and that's how we started the shoe drive. But through a little girl, and that broke our hearts, came a legacy of love. And we've outgrown 908 East 9th, and we need a bigger place. We don't have the funding for it, but we're hoping that someone might have the heart to want to help us, because everything is free, whether it's a bed. I had a boy put a mattress on his skateboard and take it home. And there are children that need a bed, or elderly people, whatever they have need. We roll a truck. We run a truck to help elderly people, anyone in town that we can with what we have, and in any way possible to make a difference. But it's helped people. And I've had people say, well, do you think people should get things free? And I said, well, let's figure this out. Do you know what people pay in rent nowadays? And how they try to get gas for a car, or they try to get a ride to work, time they buy food, groceries, there's nothing left. They need help. And to be able to give them nice furniture in their homes, they keep saying, this is free? Yes, and it came out of a little girl named Jessica Peine. And very, very thankful for this run. I know it's not easy. It takes them hours to put it together. Brian had just had a loss. His wife was wonderful, and he had just lost her, and he's back at it again in her name, for her name's sake, Rachel. And very, very thankful for that, because out of her love, her last request was to be able to give the funds to Jessica Peine Closet, and we needed it so bad for like a light bill. And he comes to my door, and we get this check, and then Matt, just keeping it going. But that's what it's all about. It's about helping people in any way possible. When you're dealing with elderly people and they can't even move, or they need help, it's so important to be able to do that and be part of that. So I'm thankful that Matt thought of us. I'm so thankful because out of his pain, they're doing something wonderful for the community in Muscatine. And not just here, we go into the Indian reservation. They know Jessica Peine Closet in Pine Ridge, one of the poorest areas in the United States of America. They know there's a Jessica Peine Closet in Muscatine that we take in tons of clothes, anything they need, whether it's beds or dressers, not taken from our community. But this is how much people have given to us. And we just keep taking it out and rolling the truck. And we do fundraisers to raise money for gas. And that's what we do. So we're very, very grateful.
That's incredible. What an incredible story. I mean, I can't imagine the pain that comes along with that. But to have something so incredible come out of it that's wow. Wow is the only word I've got for it. Wow.
Yes.
Well, then it's just even that more important that folks need to get out and you can support. So what other ways are there that folks can support the actual ride? Like if they're not a rider, if they folks can drive in the...
Oh, sure. It's open to cars, Jeeps, trucks. Somebody gets their bicycle out and can ride fast enough, they can come along too. I mean, it's open to everybody. I mean, it's not just a biker event. I mean, we don't want it to be that way. It's called a memorial ride. But yeah, it's open to everybody that wants to come to it. You don't have to be on a motorcycle to do it. You can drive your car. We charge it pretty cheap. It's only $10 a person on the ride to come along, and all those proceeds go to Jessica Peine Closet, and we send some to the Iowa Donor Network as well for organ donation awareness. That's been another. Our patch is a green ribbon in our club. As far as, and that's what we promote in Jesse's name as well, is we call it recycle yourself. That's our big thing as far as organ donation, as well as recycling yourself in the community as far as the stuff you're going to throw away. And I'm not saying anything bad about the Salvation Army, Goodwill, not trying to say anything bad about them at all, but this is all free. It's all given, and it's all given back out free. Wow. So, I mean, it's a big deal. And I know those other organizations help, and they do great things, and they help all around the world, but this is what sets us apart is it's all free. You know, people don't have to worry about, you know, if they go in there and a little boy sees a pair of shoes he wants, he takes it. Wow. You know, and if they want a T-shirt they want, they take it. So that's important to us. And as frustrating as it can be, and my wife and I can tell you both, even from last night, we kind of growl at each other sometimes over this. But it's for her. That's why we do it. It's for Jessie. And I know she's proud of us. I know she does. You know, she looks down from above and realizes what's going on. And every day or every year about this time, you know, people start chattering about Jessica, you know, Jessica's memory again. And that's what it's great for us. I mean, she's always around. You see these shirts everywhere. You know, we print shirts up. They're $20. You can either get them at the ride or through PearlCityLifeRidersRC.com. Get a hold of me. I can get you one. But all those proceeds that we raise from that as well goes to the closet and Iowa Donor Network. So, I mean, you see those shirts everywhere. Everybody knows the logo on the front of them. So it keeps that legacy going, you know, and like she says, it's a legacy of love. And we've met some great people through the Donor Network. That's the stuff that chokes me up. I've met through the riding group. We now have donor mom and dads, people that we've been at bike places and have seen our patches and they know that symbol. We just signed our first ever organ recipient up, who is a survivor, an organ transplant survivor, and he just happened to see the back patch at a bike blessing. Wow. And approached the member and said, hey, I want to be involved with this. What do you guys are, you know, what's this all about? I know what the green ribbon is. I know organ donation awareness. And so those are the kinds of things that I take out of, you know, my work, and as frustrating as it can be sometimes, because you know how it goes. Logistics on this kind of stuff is frustrating, and dealing with sponsors that, you know, trying to get out there and get with sponsors and dealing with them and getting the money in, it's frustrating. But if I don't do it, ain't nobody else gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what we just kind of keep it going. And I can't thank Sharon enough for the work she does, because I don't think anybody recognizes in this town, between the Jesus Mission, the Pearl City Outreach, and Jessica Faith's Closet, how many people Sharon Phillips helps every day. It's not just, you know, I do it once a year. Sharon's out there on the streets fighting hard every year.
What, if you get me a 3-wheeler bike with a tractor seat, I'll follow you. And that's the only way that I'll go. But I also wanted to say that all these wonderful people at the closet, there's 15 volunteers, they all do it free. Wow. There's no paid staff. Wow. And there's some that's been there since the beginning, 3 of them that have not left. Maria Perales has ran it and as a manager, and they have not left their post. They love it.
That's incredible. This is an incredible ride, and this is going to be something that I think folks really need to get out and show up for. I mean, there's going to be great live music. You can participate in the ride if you want to, and you're helping an incredible cause, an absolutely incredible cause. So, well, we thank you guys for working through what you have to do to make this happen, because this is a big deal. This is incredible. Thanks so much for coming and sharing with us today.
And thanks to Sharon. Thank all the bands. Thanks everybody. Thank my Pearl City Life Rider crew for putting up with me and backing me on this all the time, because there's a lot of people behind the scenes that are into Life Riders that do a lot of work as well. Absolutely. So I just want to give a shout out to them.
Yeah, and I just want to thank everyone too for everything that they've done in Muscatine, in this community, and I'm just so thankful, and I know it takes a lot out of them. And I thank Brian and Matt for what they're doing.
Well, this has been incredible. Thanks so much for coming in and sharing. I mean, there's just nothing better than getting to hear a story like this. I mean, it pulls at your heart a little bit when I sit and I hear what you guys have had to go through to get to this point, but you're doing something amazing with it.
And we're not trying to take from anybody in the community, because all these churches and all these organizations do a beautiful job, and we support them in everywhere too. So we're grateful for everyone that helps in the community of Muscatine.
Absolutely. And what an incredible community it is here in Muscatine.
Yes.
Awesome folks. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us today. Really appreciate it. Once again, joining me in the studio, Matt Peine, Brian Neipert, and Pastor Sharon Phillips, joining us they're from the 8th Annual Jessica Peine Memorial Ride and Music Festival that's going to be coming up. Go right ahead, Matt.
Any info you need is on PearlCityLifeRidersRC.com.
Excellent. Excellent. Go check it out. Go find out how you can get involved and how you can help make their mission possible. So thanks so much, guys, for joining us. It has been a real pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been Moving Forward on AM 860 and FM 95.1 KWPC, and the Voice of Muscatine is always brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. Mocklink is always Muscatine's fastest internet, and gigabit speed is coming. Mocklink TV beats satellite and includes video and music streaming. New subscribers save big, even more when you bundle. Learn more on mpw.org. Thanks again for joining us here for Moving Forward on the voiceofmuscatine.com.